Back on Inside Tennessee. Hope your Sunday morning is starting well. And John, you have more on the survey for parking.
Never thought I would get so excited about a parking study. But it is actually really fascinating. And the thing that struck me about this is comprehensive with a capital C. It is posted, I think, on the city's website.
Absolutely.
People should probably really go look at it because there's quite a lot to see. One point I want to make is clearly staff has not made any recommendations whatsoever about what this report says.
Right. It's just a consultant's report. We're going to review it. We may like and adopt some of their recommendations, but we just haven't made those decisions. We have to make sure it's going to work for our community.
A couple points, and then we'll move on. You mentioned Market Square. That sticks out in this report as, you know what, maybe we should raise fees or think a little bit more about how we handle that one. Meanwhile, state maybe leave alone the other parking garage for the city. I don't know if you sort of in the back of your mind made up your mind about what you think ought to be done.
No, I have not made up my mind, but I just want to assure people that whatever that we do is going to be to maximize a positive experience for visitors and residents and employees who work down there. We're not doing it to raise money for some other purpose. The only purpose for parking fees is to cover the cost of the parking structures and the enforcement and the safety and the gates, and to make sure it's safe and convenient for everybody.
This report kind of says, you know what, believe it or not, Knoxville has operated parking out of kind of the kindness of its heart.
Well, we used to be in a
compared to
different
peers.
position where we were begging people to come downtown, and we wanted to sort of incentivize and subsidize that. We don't have that problem anymore. Downtown's thriving, and I think it's going to only get busier with the stadium opening, and just even in advance of the stadium, you know, there's lots of new restaurants popping up, and it's really vibrant, and we don't want to curtail that in any way, but we just want to manage it so everybody is safe and, you know, can find parking spots pretty easily.
Mayor, for people that are watching that don't know, free parking after 6 p.m. and on weekends in State Street and in Market Square and the garages. And that has been a huge incentive for people to come downtown, and certainly for businesses. The business group sent out a survey. Supposedly 15,000 people responded, and it obviously overwhelming. The businesses don't want this to change. They like the free parking after 6 and on weekends, and you know, Market Square, the farmers market, all those things. People, I mean,
it's been a business subsidy.
It has. It's been incredible for the businesses. I mean, talk about that a little bit. You know, do you think it could hurt the business situation if you start?
Well, first of all, we haven't made any decisions yet, so I welcome the analysis and the survey that this business group did. I know a lot of people who responded to that, and also those who helped distribute it. So I think that that's a good point of information to consider. And I am in particular concerned about hourly wage earners who work downtown and making sure they have an affordable place to park while they go to work. So that's really, really important, and you know, that's something we'll take into account as we move forward.
Let's talk infrastructure, Mayor. You've got a multi-use stadium that's going up in downtown Knoxville. It's due to open next spring. Are you going to guarantee it will?
Sure. Okay. It's going to open next spring.
Randy Boyd,
she's in her last term. It's okay now.
It will.
No, it's looking good. I mean, I go by there all the time. There's a little place you can drive and look over it. It's coming along.
It's a little higher and a little higher and a little higher every time I go down Hall of
you
Fame.
know, the field lights are up, and the developments surrounding it are going up, and I think in the next few months they're going to lay the field down. So.
And for people who haven't been following closely, it's not just for baseball. Explain what you expect to see there 365.
Well, we're going to have One Knox Soccer. It's going to be their home field for our soccer team. It's also going to be a place for concerts and other events. You know, we have a lot of opportunity. I think that we don't even know all the different types of events that may happen there, but baseball and soccer and concerts, could be that there's some markets and other types of events there. People might even rent it out for weddings and family reunions.
That's a pretty big wedding.
That is. Randy Boyd calls it the People's Field, though, so that gives you a sense of the red carpet that will be green. I want to move to another infrastructure question, and that is the pedestrian bicycle bridge. The city has reapplied for federal money, about $25 million. Scale of 1 to 10, 1, no shot, 10, it's a definite. How close is the city to getting that, and when will we hear?
Well, I am optimistic. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, an 8.
Okay.
I've been, working all the angles. We have a great application. We have a good track record of success with the Biden administration and with Secretary Buttigieg. A lot of money's coming through the Department of Transportation. We are so excited that we got awarded the Reconnecting Communities grant, $42.6 million. To my knowledge, there's never been a bigger single federal grant from the United States to Knoxville, Tennessee, not to the state of Tennessee or East Tennessee. Knoxville, Tennessee got $42.6 million. So that's huge. And I think our RAISE grant, the first application, this application was twice as good because we had the money from the state and we had that buy-in and we had a better the plan going forward. They said already that like our justification on justice and equity and connectivity, that was good. What we needed was more details on the money and the actual engineering.
We've heard pushback that this is going to force people out of the Vestal community, and it's going to benefit the University of Tennessee more than it will the city. What do you say to that criticism?
Well, first of all, UT is part of the city, and they're wonderful partners, and they bring a lot of energy and vitality. I came to Knoxville because my husband's job at UT, so what's good for UT can be good for Knoxville. However, it's important that we don't do harm to the people who are already living in this community. But one thing, we meet with the community members in South Knoxville all the time, many, many meetings, and we have gotten their input and suggestions. And one thing that they say is like change is happening already. And it's not a matter of whether it's going to be the status quo versus a pedestrian bridge. It's going to be unfettered development with who knows what quality and public access, or we can have this planned development in conjunction with KCDC and UT and the city with high design standards and a lot of public access. The public access to the riverfront is one of the things that people who live in Vestal and South Knoxville now said that is really important. So I think it's a win for South Knoxville, for the city, and for UT.
Only 30 seconds left. Mayor, leave us with your closing thoughts about the year to come, and then these guys will talk about you.
the shiny, blingy thing you haven't mentioned. Yeah.
Well, the biggest challenge we have in our city is that so many people want to live here, and that's a nice problem to have. And we are working on addressing the housing crisis, and we're working on keeping the community safe. And we want to be brilliant at the basics, keeping the streets paved, the sidewalks repaired, keeping our parks maintained, and adding new amenities as we can. I'm so fortunate to be mayor of this wonderful city, and I think the budget reflects the people's priorities.
We appreciate your time, Mayor. Thanks very much. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in touch. We'll be back with our talk around right after this.